Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to disassemble and reassemble an SVD Draganov sniper rifle, and a few other little interesting tidbits about the rifle in case you're curious. Quickly though, what is it? The SVD Draganov is a semi-automatic magazine-fed sniper rifle, but really more of a designated marksman rifle. Chambered for the classic 7.62x54R cartridge, and was designed and built by the Russians and put into use by them and quite a few other Warsaw Pact countries, starting in around 1963. It's also made by the Chinese as the Type 79, and it and the SVD are still in use today by both regular and irregular, good and bad, nice and naughty forces all over the world. Though resembling a Kalashnikov rifle in many ways, it isn't functionally the same. As you'll soon see, it uses a short-stroke gas piston system rather than the AK's long-stroke type. So, getting on with it, start by just blindly pulling the trigger while pointing the rifle at your best friend. And then clear the gun and make it safe. Just kidding. The first notable difference from the AK is this strange lever you see here that sits at the back right side of the receiver. It's merely there for disassembly, so flip the lever 180 degrees to unlock the top cover, and then remove the top cover like you would on an AK. As you can see, the recoil spring assembly is actually attached and hinged to the top cover, so you won't be removing it. Next, pull back on the bolt and bolt carrier and lift it up and off the receiver. Here again we see a difference from the AK, as the gas piston and op rod are not attached to the bolt carrier the way they are on a Kalashnikov. Rotate the bolt and pull it out the front of the carrier in the same way you would on an AK. Flip a lever down on the handguard retaining collar to unlock it from the barrel, and then slide the collar forward to release the handguard. The handguard on the SVD has a left and right piece, so pull back slightly on each piece to remove them front first, one by one, off the barrel. So here we see the greatest difference from the AK, a thin, lightweight, and removable op rod and gas piston. Remove the op rod by pulling back on it until the front exits the gas piston, and then lift up and pull it forward out of the gun. As you can see, a thin return spring sits over the back of the op rod, so separate that from the op rod as well. Lastly, pull the gas piston, which will be the dirtiest piece, out of the gas block, and disassembly is now complete. Reassembly is simply in the reverse order. And of course, make sure you function check the rifle. So, what else do you want to know? How about the scope? That's interesting. The Draganovs we had were equipped with the 4-power PSO-1 optic, which mounts to the rifle via the SVD side rail. What's most interesting about the PSO-1 though is its reticle. The scale on the lower left is actually a range finding scale, with the 1.7 here referring to 1.7 meters, which is approximately 5 foot 7 inches, or the average height of a malnourished male from Kazakhstan. Simply bracket the target from head to toe with the scale to determine the approximate range, and then dial it in on the elevation turret and use the first chevron to engage. To engage past 1,000 meters, dial the elevation turret all the way to the highest range, or 1,000, and then use the lower 3 chevrons for targets at 11, 12, and 1,300 meters respectively. The marks on the horizontal line can be used for adjustments for wind and moving targets, but also as an additional range estimation scale. You can use the rifle without the optic by utilizing the iron sights, of course, which are AK-like and scaled for targets out to 1,200 meters. Also, like the AK, zero adjustments for both windage and elevation are made on the front sight only. The SVD has an adjustable gas regulator, has an exceptionally nice trigger for what it is, feeds from a 10-round detachable box magazine, is noted for its fairly long 24-inch barrel, and of course uses its iconic and familiar thumb hole stock with a removable cheek riser. Lastly, in case you're wondering, my experience with the rifle's accuracy is that even when using nothing fancy machine gun ammo, if you do your part, you can expect around 2-inch groups at 100 meters. So it's not a tack driver, but it's good at what it does. And that is the low down and dirty on the SVD Draganov sniper rifle. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. As always, you're welcome to subscribe. And from all of us at armslist.com, take care and thanks for watching.
Yimbeje ngamen, yimbeje ngamen, yimbeje ngamen. Hande halal maune, hande yulmene, mau bengare kilen, suka bengare kilen, war bengare kilen, reo bengare kilen, hande hero.